Whoops, we got cut off a little bit there, but let me just make a note that there's my histogram for part B. By the way, I don't know if you ever noticed this, but up in here in the design, you can muck around with, I want purple bars and that kind of thing. You can make it have black backgrounds, and there you go. If you want to play around with that, and you knock yourself out. All right, let me go back over here, and I'm going to move this little text box kind of out of my way for right now, so that I don't have to see it because, all right, let's look at C and D and E because these are all coming together. It says to compute and interpret the mean of the random variable, compute the variance, and compute the standard deviation. All right, these three parts all kind of go together, and we did them already, and it was long and involved in section 3.3, and we're doing it again now. Okay, so first thing I got to do is make a column for x times p of x, right? I'm multiplying each value of the variable times its probability. Now the quickest way to do this is to make Excel do the heavy lifting. So I'm going to tell it I want equal this cell A2 times this cell B2. Enter. And then I'm going to drag. There we go. And then I'm going to drag this over, the sum. Matter of fact, let me make these bold so it makes it more obvious what I'm doing here. Oops, it's not liking my bolding. Oop, there it is. All right, it came back. Excel, love technology. Okay, there we go. So I'm going to click on the sum and I'm going to drag it over because I need the sum of this column. All right, this right here is the mean, what we just found. Let me highlight it and bold it and make it go together. There, that's the mean. The sum of x times p of x. So that's the answer for part C. Okay. Now for part D, you're going to need this elaborate formula. We ran into this in section, what section was it? 3.3. So you want to give the mean dollar signs. You want to take x minus the mean, give it dollar signs, you want to square it, and then you want to multiply it by the probability. Okay, it's the same as the weighted mean that we discovered in section 3.3. All right, so parentheses, x is in cell A2, minus the mean. The mean is in cell, in this case, C7. Of course, your table might be slightly different, but click on the cell with the mean. Now press F4 at the top of your keyboard, and it'll give both the C and the 7 dollar signs. That's what you needed to have. Close your parentheses. Caret, so shift 6, 2, times, and P of X is right here in cell B2. Enter. There we go. All right, I'm going to drag this down again. Click and drag. There it is. Okay, now I want the sum of that. But that sum isn't anything important, so I'm going to unhighlight it. No fill right there. I don't want it to have anything special. I'm going to leave it bold because I do want to understand that it's the sum. All right, now I need to find the variance. The variance is, it's of the random variable. So what you're going to do is you're going to take this number right here, 1.17, and you're going to divide it by the sum of your probabilities, which is this number right here. Well, think about that. Any number divided by 1 is itself, right? So isn't that the same thing? And the answer is yes. Wait, so that means that this is something special. In section 3.3, it's not. But here in section 6.1, because the probabilities are always going to add up to 1, because it's a probability distribution, haha, the answer to A, then this sucker right here is the variance. Hold on, let me highlight it, bold, and I'm going to make it green. Why not? All right, now how do I find the standard deviation? That's equal square root of that number. This is the standard deviation. If you want to give it a Greek letter, you can go to the Insert menu, Insert Symbol, and you can scroll through here and find sigma. They're around. You just got to find them. These are Greek. That's lambda. There's sigma. Close. All right, so that's sigma squared for this one. And this one's sigma. There you go.